Howdy, folks. Welcome to Canucks with Guitars. I'm Ben Coombs.
I'm Rich Shanahan. How you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Look at this. We already got 4 people popped in. That's
How
awesome.
we doing, folks?
Thanks, guys. I'm just going to load up the chat here to see who's joining us this evening. While I'm doing that, and I'm going to share it for once. How was your week, bud?
Not too shabby. Yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. Got to be on Johnny Bean's show on Tuesday night.
I heard.
The flagship, the man himself.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had a blast. I can't thank you guys enough for having me on. If you happen to catch this, it was awesome. Had a blast. Well, here we are. Got my volume down. Yes. There we go.
We're aiming for less technical difficulties than last week.
Yes.
Fingers
we're
crossed.
really
Knocking on wood.
I was like, oh, now we got 5 people. Then I realized it's me. So,
Got better lighting going on. Got our sound situation sorted out.
oh, let's see who we got in the chat here. We got Mr. BH. Is that Bruce?
I think it is. How you doing, Bruce, buddy?
Hey, man. And we got Tone Bolts in the house from Australia.
G'day.
Yeah. Oh, man, he just picked up a Charbel.
I guess good evening to you.
Yeah. Remember last week on the show?
Oh, good day. It's good.
Yeah. Good morning. I think he's 14 hours ahead of us. So, yeah.
The Olympics are throwing me off, man.
He posted during our show last week. He was going to post a video. Just say hi. Like, I'm one of the dudes in the chat, and he showed off a couple guitars and stuff. I checked it out when I got home. It was really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. We got R2, R3, Lock and Nut in the house. Awesome. JJ's House of Jams. Jaden James himself. Back from vacation. He did NAM and he went to Cabo after NAM.
Not bad.
Yeah, really helping out our numbers because we got all these hits out of Mexico. I was like, who in Mexico's watching us? I'm like, oh, right. The man himself, which everybody in the chat, if you haven't already, go on his channel and subscribe. He wants to go live. He's going to do some gear stuff as well as band practices, stuff sort of like what we've been floating. Oh, somebody forgot to turn his ringer off. Sorry, we do apologize. I'm actually talking to one of you folks in the chat as well on here. Trying to get it fixed as soon as we can. I think he's checking back and forth. Here we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Hey. Just fine tuning it here, guys. Hang on. It's a little clippy.
Alright.
Hey.
We're back in action.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. Wouldn't be a show without it.
Leave it up me, you trip over a mic stand and completely kill a cable somehow.
Who knows? So yeah. Man, 1 week, just 1 week. We might get away with
nice.
something.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. So now we got the technical difficulties out of the way. Let's get to some of the topics here.
Yeah. What are
So,
we talking about this week?
Well, we finally got some gear reviewed.
We finally did get in.
Life
The weather
well-
cooperate. Well, the weather kind of cooperated.
We were supposed to do a band practice later that evening, but by the time we got back from Belleville to here to Honey Badger
It was
HQ,
an ice storm.
it was nuts. Just
Horrible
nuts.
ice storm.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great heading out, but it was atrocious by the time we were leaving the music store.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we got them done, and they're up, so check them on out if you haven't already. We review a couple nifty pieces of kit. And,
Yeah. So
Couple
if you haven't
vehicles.
already, check it out on the channel here. You know, and well, we did the Operation Overlord. The Clone Theory has been getting some comments and stuff.
You know what? That pedal was a ton of fun. I've never actually played around with the Clone Theory before.
Yeah.
I've always been a big fan of the small clone. I heard that the Clone Theory was the small clone circuit, but expanded with a lot more tweakability. Never ever plugged one in, played around with it. I gotta say, yeah, you can get the
Awesome.
small clone sound.
Yeah.
You can also get a really dry, almost Boss CE1.
Yeah.
Like the big old clunky
Yeah,
gray
yeah, the
one.
best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost a CE1 kind of dry, raspy chord
Yeah.
tone. And then that vibrato.
See, I was expecting something like the Lester K. You know, like the vibrato was going to be more of a
Like a
rotating
Fender
speaker
amp,
or
kinda
Fender
like,
amp.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa,
not
whoa,
a
whoa.
vibrato bar pitch
No,
shifting.
wow.
Yeah, they buried the lead on that one.
That's.
And,
I mean, I've always said that about electro-harmonics. Most companies will give you a pedal from 0 to 10. It'll go from not very much to, ooh, that's pretty cool. Electro-harmonics pedals are always like, not very much to, oh, that's pretty cool, to, wow, that's way more than you're ever going to need, but is it ever fun?
Hey,
And
we got Jim Gidry in the house. Hey, Jim.
you in there? Yeah, they hit the nail right
Oh,
on the
yeah,
head with that
yeah,
one. It's
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
a ton
it's
of
on my
fun.
I-1 list.
Check out our review of it.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun.
Yep. And it saves pedalboard space. Because I don't know how much I'll use that vibrato, but that's that one pedal you might use once or twice a night. So you dip down and you turn it on for that effect.
Yeah.
Chances are I'm not going to use an effect, the chorus the same time I'm going to use it, so
Yeah.
it's beauty.
It's
We also got a lot of hits and comments on the Big Muff shootout. Specifically, when you unleashed the Soviet fury of the Russian Muff, where every snare was going off, but the fact that the way we had the camera set up, when you hit that first chord, it was perfect because it just went with the camera just shuddered for that first second, and I was just like, yes.
I gotta believe that if there's a good 5 decibel or more difference at
Hey.
unity gain.
We got someone else in the house. Shane Slimmon? Do we know him? We know him.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
He
think
says
so.
we're cute.
What's up, rascal?
For those who don't know, Mr. Shane Slimmon in the chat there, that's our drummer for the Honey Badger outfit.
Harass him all you like. He's
He's a drummer.
little guy.
Yeah. People saying hey to each other. So yeah, we got those gear reviews done. They've also spawned some requests for other gear to be reviewed.
Ah, very cool.
Specifically, the Ibanez equivalent of their 335
Oh
like the
yes,
AR-75?
the AR
or AF-75.
No,
I have
it's. I believe it's an AR. It used to be the Art Core.
Yes.
It may still be actually.
Yeah.
The Art Core 3. They're fantastic guitars. I have a long history with that particular model of guitar. I love it. It's the reason I own a 335 right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll gladly pick one up.
Yeah, and I figured
Review-
you'd be the
review on
perfect
it.
guy to review it. He's literally debating between that and an Epiphone 335. So
You know what? If you're real lucky, I'll bring my Epiphone 335 along and we'll do a shootout between the two.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because we were asked if we could do a shootout, but unfortunately, due to sales,
it would have been a more accurate shootout had we done this just before Christmas when my Epiphone had the exact same Ibanez pickups.
Yeah.
That an Ibanez 335 had in it. But again, I got a history with that guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that could be upcoming. That could be definitely upcoming.
Yeah. The Mustang price is not different between our countries as well. Yeah, Tone Bolts and I were talking about that.
I noticed that was something.
You know, usually they ream those guys in Australia on pricing on a lot of stuff. But it kind of answers my question was when it comes to the Asian built stuff or anything like that, is there any, or even the Mexican, because of trade sanctions and stuff, not being US, they don't have to pay quite as much.
Very true, very true.
Shane says he'll bring his Epi and blow you all away. Yeah, well, you do have pretty much a beast of an Epi Les Paul there, if that's the one you're talking about. We know it.
It's an Asian.
Speaking of guitars,
Mm-hmm.
so, you know, it was Valentine's. I assume Valentine's, you and your significant other were having an eve, possibly, or a day yesterday. It made time. I saw photos of gifts and such like that. You do, yeah. So,
the standard affair, yeah.
well, I'm a single guy. I don't have a significant other at the current time, so I got myself a Valentine's present.
Yes, speaking of photos, I recall photos of something very pointy.
Yeah. Something a little different out of the wheelhouse. Let me just grab it here. Wait. Yeah,
it's
so
pointy.
Continuing with our theme of pawn shop finds and such, I picked this bad boy up yesterday? 2 days ago? 2 days ago. So, now it is a lower end.
You know, actually seeing it in better lighting now, I really like that wood.
Yeah. However, it is plywood.
It looks good though.
It does.
Like the veneer looks good.
I think we got Big Dan Hall in the house, our contest winner. I'm seeing some coming up on the screen here. Hello, Big Dan Hall. Hope you're doing okay today, brother.
Yes, the BC Rich Mockingbird in all of its glory.
Yeah, nice balance. You know, not only have I never owned one of these, I've never even played one of these. And so, yeah, $150 Canadian, which would be roughly 120 US.
It's got the old style headstock.
It does,
Yeah.
but with the modern logo, unfortunately. I wish it had the old style, T-style.
Yeah.
But, you know, select brand pickups. So,
Which I'm sure are select.
yeah. You got 2 volumes and 1 tone.
Speaking of those Ibanez humbuckers,
Yeah.
that might be a donor for those pickups.
That's true. I haven't decided if I'm going to put a locking, because it's a very large actual.
That's a substantial.
Yeah, because I was thinking with a strap lock, it might dig into the belly, but I thought it'd be cool to play Slide On for Man on the Moon at the worst case. Just for the theatrics of it.
She's something else.
Yeah. I'd plug it in, but unfortunately after 2 minutes of use I was noticing the output jack was loose, and upon me even looking at it I broke one of the wires loose, so it's going on this guy's bench. Get that done. Needs a nut. Somebody tried to do the old super glue trick, but he didn't mix in any baking soda, so it just, chipped.
Yeah.
So I got a nut ordered for it.
I mean, it's a good price for what it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mockingbird style body, right?
for novelty's sake,
Sure.
I mean, I'd be in for a penny and for a pound at that
Yeah.
price.
And
I was the one who actually told you.
I was just
about
going to
the
say,
guitar,
that's the problem. You
Because I
told me
looked
about
at it a day or two before, and I was like, well, it's not really my thing, but it's a pretty good price for it. I mean,
And he knows I am a product of the 80s, and we know we saw a few of these grace the stage throughout the 80s. some interference. Check, 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 check. No sound. Oh, picking up some stuff. Hey, there we go. There we go. It's coming back.
Is it the 1/4-inch cable running?
Check. 1, 2. Okay, it's getting better. It's getting better. Check.
Hello.
Yeah,
There.
There we go. Check. Check. Yep. Well, it's going to distort a touch. All right. I'll just keep an eye on the chat, guys, and you just tell us if and when it goes down and stuff. And yeah, I noticed the preamp's a little warmer than usual, so might just have to do something. All right. Yeah, I'll get out better. I think we caught that pretty quick. At least I hope I did. So yeah, just look at the chat here. Tone Bolts has a Mockingbird copy. It has cloud inlays. I call it my Slack. Well, that'd be cool with cloud inlays.
I like the cloud inlays. They're very cool. Geese, BC Rich. The best BC Rich I've ever played.
Oh, yes, yes. Guillaume.
Fantastic guitar. It had the cloud inlays. That was the first time I'd ever seen the cloud inlays, and I was like, wow, that's really sharp. Like, I'd seen pictures in magazines before, but I'd never seen them in person.
Right.
They're really nice mother of pearl cloud inlays. They look really sharp. It's cool. It's something different. Like,
Yeah, I'm just seeing here. Cool, yeah. R2R3 said he saw that guitar on the Johnny Bean show. So yeah, I showed off. Like, Nesdol's like, what else do you have? I'm like, well, I have this. You know, I showed the vintage Tellys to start, and then the Strat, and the Ibanez. I was like, what else you got? I'm like, I got a plywood BC Rich I bought today. I said, sure.
why not?
Feinberg's in the house. He has a drum set. We have an electric kit right behind us here.
The Yamaha DTX something or other, not quite the bottom of the line, kind of mid-range. It's a DTX. I could go over and look at it, but I mean, it's a Yamaha DTX.
Big Dan Hall just popped in. He popped back out. He's just saying, have a great night, everyone, everybody, and stuff. So I'm just giving a shout out right now because he's going to catch us on the replay. Ah, yes. Bruce says, Richard, you have an extensive list of things to do on that bench. Well, he knows all the work I got.
I've got
Kelly and
I got a few projects of my own I need to get up on the bench too.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's not a big deal. I like doing things in batches. I procrastinate until I've got a batch of things to do, rather than just tinker away one here and there.
Hopefully, losing audio again. Trying to save it. Trying to save it. Let's let us warm. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Seriously wondering. Something loose inside here? No. Check, check. Oh, yeah. Check, check, check. There we go. Check, check, check. It's coming back.
Oh, my preamp's rather loose.
There we go.
That's not good.
Just checking. And yeah, and we're
One
we're
more
distorting.
thing to go on the workbench.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. So we were talking about repair projects. Now tell me.
Our preamp is now on the repair projects list.
So Mike Feinberg now asks, now tell me if you have a drum set. Neither of us have an actual drum set because we're guitar players, hence Canucks with guitars. However, Shane in the chat, he does. He's our drummer and does in fact own a drum kit.
He's got a nice kit.
Yes. He could tell you more about it than I ever could.
It's gray.
Yeah. And it's new.
I think it's Pearl kit. Jane, maybe. Yeah. It's nice.
I have no idea. I'm witnessing
this.
this.
It's spiffy.
Yeah. So.
Spiffy. I don't know a lot about drums.
Saw this Fender beauty come up the other day.
I saw that too. You know what? It's so unbelievably ridiculous that it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's beyond ridiculous.
Well,
Beyond
if you guys
ridiculous.
saw this come out on the old inner Google.
Now
I'm gonna turn
available
on my
as a
brightness
finish from the Fender Custom Shop. Remember the old, is it Gene Autry tellies? No, it's not Gene Autry tellies. Who's the rap telly? Or,
Waylon Jennings?
the Waylon Jennings tellies with the leather wrap.
Oh, God, I want one of them so bad.
Well, imagine if Waylon Jennings was a Mexican mariachi singer or a hippie. Yes, that's a poncho. You can now get a poncho wrap as a custom finish from the Fender Custom Shop. That's an actual stitched poncho wrap, not just painted to look like a poncho.
Good idea, Bruce. Just keep it at
But
that.
a stitched poncho wrap.
Time out time.
And I love it. I don't know if I'd necessarily throw out the kind of money that they'd be looking for one. But if someone were to give me one or I won it in a contest, I would treasure it.
Yeah.
It's so hideous. It's awesome.
See, whereas I just say it's pure beauty. And that's the funny part is
I just want to slather the thing in patchouli oil and just be like, yeah, let's go play some hacky sack, boys.
You have to play it barefoot.
Oh, clearly.
Clearly. At best you can wear
I'm
a
filming
barefoot.
barefoot.
Yes, you are. Yeah, what else did I come? Oh, well, and then. So, where do we start with this? It's multifaceted between the boogie thing we're talking about. I think that kind of ties in how we hear one news and then this is the response by releasing this to.
Oh yeah, so like if flashback funky like 70s is the inspiration for the poncho caster,
this is the 70s all the way too.
then this is Gibson's response to it.
Their line
The
of
70s,
boogie van Les Pauls, they're calling it.
yeah. If
Yeah.
you want shag rug and 8-track and disco ball and waterbed on 4 wheels,
Yeah.
but in a guitar, this is it.
Which I do. But no, not that.
I gotta think it's a pretty niche market instrument.
There's a shot of the full.
Yeah, that's a man.
Which I admit, the top.
Whoa, right?
Now let's admit, when you look at it this way, tell me that top one doesn't remind you of a '70s Vancouver Canucks.
I was just going to say the Canucks last fall.
Yeah.
All right, our West Coast Canuck friends.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to get that.
Steve
right?
Anderson, that's your next guitar, right
Somebody's
there.
looking at that right now, going the Pavel Bure Les Paul.
I don't know if you saw these ones as well from the custom shop.
No, that's funky as all get out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now,
So prior to the 70s,
I may not have said before on the show how much of a huge fan I am of Paisley Telecasters, but this is taking it to the next
This
step.
is like
I had not seen this. yet.
Partridge
That's-
Family, Paisley.
Oh my, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Check these out, guys.
how freaking cool is that?
I'll
Yeah.
go one of each.
You know what? That's awesome. That's like me wanty awesome.
Yeah. I love these.
Oh.
7 thumbs up. That's awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. 6 people watching. So we got more thumbs up.
See,
than
I want to get
viewers.
that one there and just start playing Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Just
I
start
want
like
that one so
an
bad.
exclusively Sid Barrett era Pink
That-
Floyd cover
dude.
band.
The dark one's wrap. That's a leather wrap. Come on. Zoom in. You can see it around the sides. Is that not a wrap? Looks like a wrap. If not, it's faux paint.
so. Yeah, it's meant to look like
Okay.
a bandana kind of.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. If you look around, this.
No, I think it's just painted to look that way.
Yeah. All right. I'm just
Kind
getting
of
super
bandana
excited.
style stitching.
Since I'm standing here. Check, check. Oh yeah, we still have audio. Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, no, that's super groovy.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
That's incredibly cool.
And then Gibson's other idea.
You know,
Since we're in the photos,
I mean,
it reminds me of Star Trek, The Next Generation.
you know what?
It should be right
I
there.
just want to be like, beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Gibson, this is a terrible idea.
The modern V. There it is, folks. The A modern V.
I don't know. It looks like a Jackson, but bad.
Yeah.
It looks like an Asian import knockoff.
Trekkies should love them.
It looks like something you find in a pawn shop for like $199, and you're like, I'll give you 150, and the guy's like, oh my god, thank you, thank you, get this out of here. It's been sitting in here for like 3 years. Every like 14-year-old kid comes in here and gawks at it for like a month, and then they wind up buying a Strat in the end.
Hey, we got Dry Heat 480 in the house. Hey, Dry Heat.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not.
Showman Blues is in the house as well. Hey, buddy. How's it going? How's the Juice Fest doing? No solid food this month, or since like early January. All juice. Dropped a ton of weight.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. Well, I disappear if I went on a juice cleanse. That'd be terrible. Anyone saying happy Thursday? Yeah, I guess it is Thursday. We're on. How are we doing on time here anyways? Oh, not bad. Half hour in or so. Excellent.
Yes, of everything that they've launched so far for 2018, the one semi-hollow is but the only thing that's got any pizzazz.
From
Gibbo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And even then, it's not.
Oh,
Again, it goes back to my comment about the entire trade show this year. There was nothing groundbreaking by anyone.
No.
Like, maybe it's just one of those lulls in the ebb and flow of innovation, but it just.
I'm really, yeah. If nothing comes out at Summer NAMM too, then that's 2018.
We're in an ebb right now. I think
Well, the biggest hit I heard out of NAMM, not to keep talking about NAMM, the Candy Apple Red Wolfgang. Everybody's talking about, but then again, you throw Candy Apple Red on anything and it's going to sell. But it does look. I'm not going to lie, it looks awesome. And Shane says, "All juice, you say?" Dude, I see how often you're out working out. So you work out a lot. So that's all I'm saying on that. So yeah, that brings me to Gibson. This week, there's I don't even know if you call it news. It was barely news, really. It's
basically everyone who's like known.
Takes 5 minutes to look up anything.
Yeah,
on
the
the
news
market.
that came out like this time last year, that people are finally being like, oh, it's like, well,
we knew about this a year ago.
Nothing in this article you've just like extravagantly tried to blow up and make viral is news.
All it is Gibson took out a series of loans in 2013 and they mature, guess what, 5 years later.
This August they come up.
Now, granted, they have...
as it stands,
they have been doing some negotiating on financing stuff. They did secure another loan recently, and it looks, I'm going to say at least 50-50 that they can cover those 5. But, they're tightening those bootstraps to do it. However, the big news was there's CFO left after 1 year. CFOs move from corporation to corporation every day, folks.
Especially if you hop in and you're taking a look and going, we're ankle deep. What's the response to this sinking ship? That's your job. I'm gone.
Okay, well, we'll just take a brief interlude here. So apparently Shane says, "Hey Ben, I found a great deal on a First Act and a Nova last weekend for you and Rich. $650 for the pair. That decent?" Well, if you knock a zero off the end, that's decent. If you knock a zero. So if you can negotiate them down to $65, First Act's worth $30, I'll put an extra $5 on the Nova. We got Ty in the house, Ty Naka. He's from Michigan. He tuned in on Sunday for the first time.
Howdy.
Awesome. So yeah, which comes to Gibson, so that's the news. And normally, we don't like to spread gossip, but this was a juicy tidbit I heard, which I sprung on you, about an hour ago?
Yes, I'm curious to...
As they say, the sharks are in the water for Gibson, and rumor has it that a major retailer is looking to purchase Gibson. So everyone's going to, right now, they're all thinking GC. It's going to be the monster GC. Well, close. Except it's not even going to be American ownership, possibly. Foreign ownership of Gibson. But have no fear, folks. It's foreign. But it's Canadian.
Like we're foreign.
Yeah. A Canadian company is interested in buying Gibson, a Canadian major retailer of music, so I'm not going to mention any names because it's purely a rumor. However, major Canadian retailer, so you can put 2 and 2 together. So I'm wondering, if a major retailer owns Gibson, does Gibson then become a house brand or a store brand? I wonder. If you're owned by a retailer, are you then in fact a store brand?
Does that put them above being a catalog brand?
Yes. Like a Nova?
Then again, I mean, you can now get like everything at Walmart. So really, that term is it's no longer applicable.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a little tidbit I heard.
I mean,
I'm not going to say where I heard it, from whom I heard it from, on air. If you want to know afterwards, I'll tell you who told me. But you know, I just thought it was a very funny little tidbit, like Canadian ownership. I'm like, yes.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool. You know, that's what you get for buying Garrison and then shutting them down.
Ty says he uses Gibson and
Ibanez guitars. Good jobs to the buys, and then shut them down.
So my question to Ty
Taking it back.
Since Ty uses Gibson and Ibanez guitars, what kind of Gibson and Ibanez? I'm curious. Like, do you have a Les Paul and an RG, or do you have whatever the Ibanez equivalent of a Les Paul is, say, and you have a Gibson Flying V? You don't know. It could be. There's so many options. Curious. He says Les Paul. Okay, cool. Nothing wrong with Gibson Les Paul. You have one. I had one. That's another story. So yeah, we had that little tidbit here. Just always bring that up.
Yeah, if I had a Gibson and an Ibanez, I'd probably just have the Gibson that I have, and I'd have the Ibanez jazz guitar.
Right, just something that you'll think is funny. I'm not going to bother showing it. So Andy from Reverb, so he's showing off a bunch of his old pedals, and he has the same flanger as me. So I kept taking screenshots of his various settings because I was like, "Ooh, that sounds good." Click. Ooh, that sounds good. Because I've always liked Andy's tone. Can't lie. Andy has a nice tone.
It's hard to argue with.
Yeah.
Man's got good taste in tone.
He does. So let's see. We talked about that. Talked about that. Oh, yes! Speaking in the world of pedals, another little tidbit. JHS, a company you're familiar with. Looks like they're going to be working on yet another pedal. Possibly an artist endorsed with Mr. Johnny Hyland. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, really? Johnny Hyland working with JHS possibly.
Compressor?
Who knows?
I mean,
yeah, but Johnny he's on like Steve Vai's record label or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
he's a monster. Like,
he does a lot of session work and stuff. Yeah, I was watching him do was it Jeff Beck's song "Going Down" with Sammy Hagar. Loved it. And he's using like Sammy's rig, so it sounds almost like Eddie because Sammy basically uses Eddie's tone. Yeah. And I was just like, wow. But then you would throw in that little lick, and you're just like, oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a mean picker.
Yes.
Mean picker.
I don't know if that's right now. Oh no, that was a while ago. Never mind. Late notification. I saw something here. See it. Shane asks, are there any local luthiers you guys like? No. Basically, he does pretty much everything.
No. Brent McNall.
Funny enough, I ran into him at the pawn shop.
Brent McNall, really good luthier, does great work.
He was in dropping off some stuff when I was picking that guitar up, and I think I heard him snicker because that guitar was advertised with a case, and the guy's going through a stack of gig bags. I said, well, where's the case? And he says, right here. I said, well, those are gig bags. And the guy said, well, gig bags and cases are the same thing. And my response was, I'll pretend you didn't say that. And then I heard a snicker from the next aisle over, and I believe it was Brett.
Yeah, no, really great luthier.
Ty's other guitars, an Ibanez Gem 77P. Nice. So yes. So yeah, we covered that. Oh, I had a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you practice? I got asked this the other day.
Yes.
Like how much I practice.
Not like regularly, but yes.
And I don't mean noodling. I don't mean playing
like
songs.
actually sitting down.
Yeah, like I'm going to actually learn something and then practice it.
Not, as I said, with any sort of regularity, but yeah, no, I'll...
Once in a blue moon?
Yeah, also at least once every couple months, I'll force myself to sit down and work through something new.
Okay.
And then for the next several weeks, that becomes kind of my practice routine. Is when I'm just sort of noodling around. All right, let's run through that really horrendous scale that I just learned.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, not regularly, not with any sort of discipline, and
Mostly it's noodling or playing songs by yourself.
yeah. One thing I'm absolutely awful for, and I can say I've maybe done it like twice in my life, is actually practicing to a metronome.
Oh yeah. One hand, the amount of times I can count.
I will tell you, it is one of the best things you can do to improve your playing, and to see like major leaps and bounds in short period of time, is to practice to a metronome. But again, it's like your parents being like, your shoes won't stink if you like put them, so they actually air out when you're done. Oh, my shoes stink. I'm like, well, I mean,
Yeah. I myself am pretty much the same. I will say I will take noodling and turn it into practice in a sense like, you come up with a run or something like that, or a riff, whatever you want to call it.
That's hard to play.
Yeah, and then
I got to keep playing that. That was hard to play.
I will play that same thing over and over and over, and that's when it becomes practice. And I'll use that as a warm-up for the next couple of weeks until it's just second nature. And then it goes in the vault, and then you forget how to play the riff altogether within 3 months. Yeah, every couple of months. But most times, just noodling, playing songs. Well, I suppose practice. Right after the holidays when I got the looper, because I had to figure out a lead for 5 days of May.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it worked, because the next time I played was sticks, and then I went to town for like 2 minutes there.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Ty says he's a self-taught luthier, watched a lot of videos, and read lots of books. Nice. And then Shane says metronome, Shane, same thing.
Yeah, buddy, your time's tight.
Yeah, it is.
I'll give you that.
Showman Blues asks...
I'll say that in front of all the interweb folk.
Yes. Showman Blues asks, are you guys going to noodle a bit tonight? We'll see. Maybe. We'll probably do something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so... Which brings me to a question. Now, both of us have pedal boards.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say we rely on our pedal boards, but we definitely use our pedal boards. And Shane goes, yeah. Yeah, Shane, too bad you're not here. Speaking of which, Shane, I'm going to throw it to you in the chat. I'll throw it to you now. Shane just asked live practice Monday. Well, we were supposed to practice Sunday.
Yeah.
Monday's a holiday. Which we could practice Monday, too. But I usually go live at 4 p.m. Sundays. And we're supposed to have practice at 4 p.m. on Sunday. So we could just do a live practice. You guys would probably be pretty much ignored in the chat. Oh, he said, no, I meant Sunday. Yeah, sure you did, Shane. Sure you did. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. You would have been a day late and $1 short. Showman Blue says, just got my first telly today and it's a beauty. Fender USA, rosewood neck, rosewood fretboard. Oh, I know those. Green, single, 6 saddles. Love it. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, those rosewood neck. Yeah, they do a seafoam green, all rosewood neck.
Green.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I like the sounds of that.
Oh, yeah. R2R3 says Monday is a holiday. Oh, well, in Canada, and it's new, it's called Family Day.
Not all of Canada, because British Columbia had it last Monday.
Oh, right. So, yeah, we have what they call Family Day, because people were depressed with long winters, and there's no holiday between Christmas and Easter. So we have Family Day, which I have off.
I get a day off work paid.
Yeah, yeah, we get paid
They can
days
call
off.
it whatever the heck they want.
Yeah, and if you do happen to work the day, you get time and a half plus the day's pay.
They call it tickle your bum day, and I'd be like, great, I get it all paid. That's the greatest holiday ever, shimmy. I don't have to buy a card for anyone. Ah! Joyous occasions.
Yes. Reminds me of those Simpsons when they have those made-up holidays.
Yeah, Whacking Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite Simpsons episodes. It started out as a way to mistreat the Irish.
So yes, pedal boards. I got distracted. I get distracted so easy with the fine folks in the chat. That's
Pedal
the problem.
boards.
So my question is: show up at a gig. You have a little office like this. You can't have the pedal board. I'm not saying that we have these huge boards, but if you could only take one pedal to a gig, what would you take?
Crybaby.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
I could see that.
I can say you give me any guitar, any amp, and a Crybaby, and I can pretty much make my mojo happen. Crybaby's my security blanket. I don't necessarily always need it, but when I need it,
Yeah.
it's got to be there.
Apparently, Bruce is telling you to settle down. Don't make him come over here. I'm thinking that was during our family day celebrating. So,
Yeah, Crybaby. That's my. That would be if I had one pedal off that pedal board that I could only use for the rest of my life. It would be the Crybaby. I could live without everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Now,
is
assuming we're lit. I was going to go for the smartass answer, which is a tuner. But assuming we have a tuner available, Snark, whatever, app on your phone, so we don't have to worry about that. But for a single pedal, I don't. Oh man, because I asked you about this a few days ago, and you answered right away
instantly.
And I've still been thinking about this ever since. So since Monday,
Crybaby.
I'm going to say an overdrive, and the reason I say that is because I can use it
An overdrive.
As an overdrive,
on a clean amp. You
on a
can
clean
have it,
amp, or
you
I can use it as a lead
boost.
boost.
Boost on a dirty amp.
Yeah. Tone shaping, what have you, even, yeah. So, yeah. Just to be different.
Crybaby.
It's my Phase 90.
Give me a guitar, an amp, and a Crybaby, and I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
Yeah. I don't need a reverb pedal, because generally I can't remember the last time I owned an amp without reverb. Well, that's not true. My little tiny one from Woolworths, that doesn't have reverb. But it has tremolo in it.
Yeah, well, less moving parts, right?
Yeah. So let's see here. Shane says, usually do something family-oriented, taking 3 kids to a hockey game this year. Exactly, that's the idea. Spend time with your family, talk about family games.
That's the notion behind it.
Yeah. Sure. So yeah, we'll see. You talked to Babcock about going live Sunday. If he's kosher with it, we may do it. If everyone's kosher with it. If not, I will go live post-practice or Monday. But then again, Babcock, we'll just...
He doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we'll just put a stationary camera up, kind of overhead, because we all hang out in a circle when we practice.
If it's not impeding him in any way, he's not going to give a shit.
No, can't say that. And I'm going to be saying that a lot on Sunday. Larry, you can't say that. So, all right. So Sunday will be a write-off. We don't even know if we'll keep the video up, but we will be live. There could be a lot of put a bag over his head and he won't know. That's what Shane says. Hey, you sit closest, so you get to do it, sir.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Are we doing on time? No, doing good. So, why don't we cover that and that and that and that? Oh, yes. I've been contacted about merch. Now, I thought, hey, somebody wants a t-shirt of the Honey Badger outfit. No. Nobody wants our band merch. They want Canucks with guitars merch. So since we came up with the fancy logo, which we still haven't recentered yet. So as you guys might have seen, this is my avatar these days, and we were asked, can you get this on a t-shirt? I wish it would focus a little better. So what you got there is, you obviously name a couple guitars with toques on them. And yes, for those outside Canada, those are toques. They're not beanies, they're not woolen ski caps, they're toques.
Woolen ski cap.
It's too long to say.
Is that like the politically correct term
I
for
think
a
it
toque?
is.
Is that what you guys call it in the rest of the world? Woolen ski cap? Do you think our word's stupid?
Uh-oh.
People have the nerve to make fun of the word toque, and the rest of the world calls it a woolen ski cap?
Or a beanie. And a beanie is those things with a propeller on the top.
Yeah, a beanie's a little propeller hat.
Yeah, that's a beanie.
Woolen ski cap.
Yeah, Bruce says that design just begs to be on a t-shirt. Well, t-shirts, coffee mugs. Speaking of which, and then Shane mentioned that he already has Honey Badger merch, which we saw. He got the travel mugs.
Oh
He's got merch already.
Our drummer has merchandise.
He's got his own.
Memorabilia.
Yeah, and then he mentioned something at a time, and I'm not going to say that on here. Because I'm not sure if I can say that. It's that time. Great. Yes,
we know you're in the chat. Yeah.
Bruce has them.
Yeah.
So yes, merch. I've been chatting with Mr. Joe Wentz, and Joe gives us so much info. Speaking of which, Joe Wentz Project, if you haven't already, go subscribe to his channel. It's JoeWentz because he's American. If he was Canadian, it'd be a Z, but he's American, so I'll give it a Z. Project. Great channel. He plays guitar, talks guitars. Awesome dude. Helped us out a lot. So using the same website that he uses. Just got to finalize the logo, make it transparent and stuff like that. Fortunately, you took a whole course on Photoshop.
Thankfully, I went to school for graphic design.
Yes, so that helps. Yes. And he designed our logo, as well as the Honey Badger outfit logo. So yeah, we'll have that up soon.
Listen, kids, don't go to school for graphic design.
You end up playing guitar. Wow, we got 9 people watching.
It's a waste of money. You'll wind up doing all sorts of cool projects for friends and family and yourself and your band, and you'll never make a dime back to pay off your student loans. No.
Now, with the which if we do when we do the merch, we will be doing. It'll be on the website, and we're not looking to make. I've told everyone several times we're not looking to make a bunch of money on this channel. What we want to do is just be able to continue doing some contests, which I'm still working on our next contest. And there twice now and I forgot. I really got to start writing more stuff down. So and basically by sales of t-shirts, coffee mugs, hats, toques. We need toques. Toques. Yeah, I'd wear a guitar.
Not woolen knitted ski caps.
Yes. Mugs and maybe women's underwear even. Sure. Whatever. I'm not even sure I can say that, but oh, look at that. They're subbing each other. Isn't that nice? So, and that's the other thing. We're trying to share the bejesus out of us. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs, which allows the channel to be monetized. Again, only the money covers shipping of products out to you guys. That's the idea. We've got stuff to give away. We'll probably give away some merch too, which means I just got to buy it off the website like anyone else, but I have no problem doing that and then giving it away to one of you guys. That's the idea. We can review some products, pass them on to them.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. We got some very positive feedback from Sean at Ardens, the owner of Ardens, Sean Lewis.
Which thank you very much, Sean, if you're watching.
Thanks again for using your store.
It was awesome. Had a blast. Can't wait to do again.
I've had a working deal with him for a number of years now. He's helped us out on multiple fronts, from when I had my sound business to us as a band to this.
Oh, he's been great to us.
Yeah, he doesn't pay us. We don't pay him. It's just a fair trade. So it looks like some stuff's going on with him. I'm going to see what I can do. So you two are a couple of cool Canucks with guitars. Hey, where's the guitars? They're around. We talk guitars. We review guitars. I fell in love with that Ibanez I was playing those review videos.
Oh, yes.
I can't.
You know what? I really liked that AF-75. It was.
Yeah, and you were digging that Mustang too.
You know what? I will say about that Mustang. If you haven't seen the review videos, go check them on out after this. I've never been the biggest fan of Mustangs.
Right.
Me neither. They've never clicked with me. That Mustang was incredible. It played like just absolute dream. And that olive green is so sexy. Fender, give us olive green. Give us olive green Strats. Give me an olive green Telly. Oh, I want that olive green.
You ripped it up serious with that Mustang.
Thank you.
We were talking about that the other day, and I was like, yeah, I'm not a fan of them. I can never get a sound out of them. But then you did your thing, and it sounded great.
I've never been a huge fan of Mustangs, but that one really connected with me. It was a monster. She's a great guitar.
And I'm assuming the audio's still holding up. I just remembered that.
Hop over to Ardens.com, buy her up if you really like the sound.
Free shipping over $200 orders
Free
in
shipping.
Canada.
In Canada.
Which I'm working on. That's one of the things I'm working on is, we're going to see what we're going to do. Based on what we were discussing that I was hoping he was looking at. So he's got to do some things on his end. But that would be awesome. It's a way to track things.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say on that. Audio is good. Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome. So yeah, check out the vids. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. They're still getting hits today, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate all that, guys. I know it's not just friends and family, and we consider all you guys friends and family. I know, so it's not just you guys. I'm getting hits globally on them. So
Awesome.
yeah. Why do I keep hitting photos? I want to hit notes. Talked about that. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you about that.
Mm-hmm.
So Gearfest, as we know, I'm making the trek to Gearfest.
Mm-hmm.
I made a new friend on Facebook, Mitch Gallagher,
Ah.
the face of Sweetwater. He does all those great videos.
Yeah.
I came up on Facebook and he accepted my friend request, and then I sent him a nice little thank you message. I said how, we're in Ontario, Canada. We got this little YouTube channel coming down to cover Gearfest for the YouTube channel. And he's like, great, look forward to meeting you. And I was just like, I kind of fanboyed just for a sec, because he's been doing this forever and a day. And
that's
Mitch
cool.
Gallagher, it's like Andy from Pro Guitar Shop. You get to meet Andy or something like that, So, hopefully hooking up with him. That'd be really cool. Even if I'm just hoping to get a shout out, like this is Mitch Gallagher and you're watching Canucks with Guitars. Speaking of which, anybody that's in the chat or watches this, if you're going to Gearfest, mention it in the comments or mention it in the chat. Let us know that you're going, because I want to go around, introduce yourselves. Hopefully we'll have, obviously merch by then, that I'm going to be wearing a Canucks with Guitars shirt the whole time. And I want to get a bunch of these guys to give us shout-outs. So it could be like, this is Mr. BHB, and you're watching Canucks with Guitars. This is R2R3 Locking Nut, and you're watching Canucks with Guitars. Whomever. And I just thought that would be really, and just mix them in with, like, who knows, let's say Phil McKnight or something that happens to be there. Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody's the same. Mm-hmm. We're all just folks doing our thing.
Cats with guitars, man.
Yeah. Sweetwater interview. Yeah, I'd love to do an actual Sweetwater interview. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Hunter's in here.
All kinds.
He says, "Hey, bud, keep up the YouTubes." Thanks, man. He just subbed yesterday, I believe. I saw that. I got a notification on my way home. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Bruce says, "I'm going. I'll get me a shirt." Oh yeah, Bruce, you're going to be my partner in crime. I know that. Your poor lady. She's going to hate me. We'll be all wound up, running around like kids in candy stores. Check this out, check this out. Selfies and fun stuff. So yeah, I'm super stoked. Got time off. I'm thinking doing it a little on cheap. So I'm thinking about conversion van. I'm renting one for the trip.
Not bad.
Yeah. Or something along those lines. Yeah. That way, have a place to sleep. Something to drive around in. It's reliable.
Yeah.
I'll get the insurance. Just in case. Bruce says, I plan on bringing my Zoom Q2N VidCam. Awesome. Yes. Yeah, he's got one of those. They're great. I don't know if you've seen those. Yeah. They can be a little glitchy on the video side, but the audio, the preamp.
It's
for
like
the mics.
to have the basement garage, right?
I think so.
The little Zoom camera.
I don't know. You spent more time there than I have. I went there to party a couple of times.
It's a little Zoom camera thing. I imagine something similar.
Yeah.
The audio, it's like studio quality.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous. That preamp, mark my words, folks. Keely or Josh from JH, somebody's going to make a stomp box with that preamp in it. Because every preamp ends up becoming a stomp box at something. We have the Neve preamps, we've got the Echoplex preamps, we got all that stuff.
On the note of preamps.
Oh yes! Speaking of little projects.
Let's take a look at a big pile of mess right now. So, I was watching a video today with Brian Wampler, and he was talking about how to make Fender DeVille a much more household-friendly amp, because like all Fenders, nothing, way too loud, and then you gotta sort of try and twiddle it back to a usable volume.
Mm-hmm.
So he spent about 5 minutes and quickly built up a master volume to insert into your effects loop. So you can, some people call it a poor man's attenuator. Use an EQ pedal to do it.
Yeah.
Throw it in your effects loop. Crank your amp. Drop the volume on the EQ. You've got your preamp running hot and everything sounds great. It's now at a nice operating volume and you're not blowing your socks off.
Yes.
So I had Ben run and grab me some parts after work, but they didn't have the one part I needed. So I went scavenging my parts.
That's what you get for sending me to the evil empire.
And
had to cross enemy
it
lines.
was no surprise they didn't have the part I needed. Let's put it that way.
I came out with 2 out of the 3 items you asked for.
2 out of 3 ain't bad for there. But so I went scavenging my parts drawer and I found this old Artec acoustic preamp. It's meant to go in the side of an acoustic guitar. It's really crude, really old, like first gen technology. And I've had it kicking around for ages. I was going to put it into a stomp box or something like that so I could use it with my acoustic because it just has a passive pickup, no preamp. I've never gotten around to it and it's sitting collecting dust. And I went, bet you it's got a volume pot I can rob. But it wasn't. It had a 50K pot, which was unfortunate. And the 100K pots it did have a center detent and their active their active cut boost pot, so it wasn't going to do what I needed. But then I got to thinking, it's essentially just a clean preamp with a volume. It does exactly what I needed to do. It's just got a couple extra knobs. So, so I've gutted the whole thing out here, and I've wired this up in an old Hammond box that I had for another project that I never got finished building because I wound up switching pedals and it was no longer necessary. But this eventually is going to be a preamp box, which would be able to be used with my acoustic guitar, or in this instance, be able to be used as a master volume for attenuating through the poor man's attenuation method. The Fender, and giving it a little more control so you can get it opened up and actually get that good zone of working with an amp. And you know what? Once I get it all wired up, once I get the parts I was looking for, I'm going to build another one, show you guys how to do it. It's a super easy fix. It can even be used on solid state amps, like the Fender Frontman. Another notorious, all Fenders are notorious for doing it. It's nothing, voice of God!
Yep. That's why I have
But even on a solid state amp, like it's not necessarily just for using with tube amps, although it's it's very good for. But even on a solid state amp, where you find like your volume's just that little too jumpy, like crate flex waves. Perfect. Another great example.
Yep.
Nothing, way too freaking loud. Throw one of these in your effects loop, and then you can get it into an operating volume where you're actually getting your full dynamics and everything out of it.
So we're going to shoot a video on you building one of these from scratch.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Walpole did it in like 7 minutes. I figured I'm going to try and do it in 10.
So, I thought of this.
I'm no Brian Wampler by any means, but I think I can do it in 10.
I don't know if I told you, I started adding links to your channel as well in the cards.
On there.
No, well, yeah, there's a few videos from back in the day. However, I thought Repairs by Rich or something along some little name, and every once in a while you throw up a little video of.
Yeah, they want to be as PG.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm very unfiltered when I work.
Have you watched?
It's painful to me to control my language.
Have you watched Dave's World of Fun Stuff?
Yeah,
he's still monetized.
He's cleaned it up now.
No, he hasn't.
There was just an episode like a week or two ago. He was saying like he had gotten complaints.
Yeah.
So he had
I watched the ones he posted this week, and he's
right back to it.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
F-bombs all over the place. Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, if you haven't checked out, if you're into repair videos, Dave's World of Fun Stuff. He's out of Toronto, Ontario,
and he's so Canadian.
He's so Canadian.
If you want to know what the stereotype of a Canadian
I'm going to actually risk us, having a problem on this video. So I'm watching him. He's trying to get a nut out.
Alright, he botched it earlier, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's trying to get a nut out. And he's just like, okay, I'm going to have to pause the video, guys, because this is going to be just 20 minutes of me taking it in the dick. And I'm just like, what? But it's so Canadian. But speaking of your little project here, let's see, where was I here? Oh, your other half is just asking if we're done. I'll just tell her, come on in. Oh, crap. I hit stickers again. Oh, I hate this keyboard.
Ta-da.
Just give me a sec. So, oh yeah. In the chat, Showman Blue said you can buy volume pedals for like $12 that kind of do that, but you don't build it. Building it.
I mean, all in, I'm going to be like...
Showman Blue also has...
$11.
It's not a Godzilla egg, I believe.
$11 in parts, and I mean...
And we got a couple people telling you nice job.
If I hadn't found the scrap parts kicking around the drawer, I'd only been in like $9 for parts for the 2 jacks. And
JJ?
I found jacks in the drawer later, but it's the novelty of building it yourself. Come on.
JJ's House of Jam says I do the same volume control trick with the blend knob of an exotic compressor. Works good. Yep.
Yeah.
He says I think it sounds better than my Weber tone sucking attenuator.
See,
and Showman says building it for
came on the
$3
heels
is cool.
of me pricing out attenuators today and finding out the Dr. Z light break would not work for me.
Right.
Because all of my amps are over 45 watts. They're 50, 60, and 60.
Yeah.
Then I was just like, well, I don't think it really good. I mean, but... And then I got looking at the price difference of buying an actual Dr. Z, like, air brake, and I was like, and then I just happened to stumble across the Brian Wampler video. I was like, yeah, that's my solution right there.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much it this week. We're 9 o'clock on the nose, and I know our Metal Stage podcast coming on with, I believe, Josh Tomey. I believe his name. Yeah, guys, hop over there once.
Check him out.
Yeah.
Good cats, cool cats.
You know, again,
great show.
I had an awesome time. I don't know about you. This was great.
Yeah. Last, what I say, folks?
R2R3 says I put a bunch of pillows in front of my 412. Yep, that works. So I just want to thank to everyone in the chat. We had Shane, our drummer, Shane Slimman. Thank you. We had our 2R3 Locking Nut, JJ's House of Jams. Go subscribe to JJ's House of Jams right now. Showman Blues, always a pleasure. And Showman did ask earlier how I liked being on. How did you like chatting with Dave and Johnny last Tuesday? I had an amazing time. Those guys are great. We chatted for another hour or so after we went off air with them. Great guys. It'd be a pure pleasure if they ever have me back. Like, I'd be more than honored to go back on the show. I had such a good time. Mr. BHB, I believe that's Bruce. I'm going to say it's Bruce. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Thanks for helping out earlier. Who else did we have in here? We had Jim Guidry in the house. We had Sinner, our Middle Stage podcast, was in the house. We had Ty. Come on, we had Hunter. I think that's just about everyone. Anyone else that was watching that didn't say anything in the chat, thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this after the fact, thanks again. Leave comments. If there's anything you guys are interested in talking about, want reviewed, throw it in the comments. Don't forget, hit a thumbs up for us. That really helps us out. And if you haven't already, subscribe and make sure that bell looks like it's ringing. That way you'll get notified because I forgot to share the video again. Yeah. So, make sure the bell's ringing. That way you'll know when we're on. That's the easiest way to describe it. You don't miss a thing. You're part of the chat. We're all one big community here. Who else would say? I added some featured links, featured channels on the page. Our Metal Stage, Joe Wentz, and Johnny Bean. Those are my 3 featured channels.
Check them out.
Check them all out. Subscribe them. I'm sure all you guys already are. But thanks again for tuning in. And until next week, I'm Ben.
I'm Rich.
And thanks for hanging out with Canucks with Guitars.
Have a good night, folks.
Cheers.